Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you guys in the building. Your first time finding my channel or anything, you guys definitely make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Also like the video. Yes, I'm finally getting my review up for King Richard, the new Will Smith movie. Now, if you guys not know, Will Smith been in the news lately, so I didn't know if that was for the book that he's coming out with or for this movie. But let me get quickly into this review because it might be kind of long. First thing I'm gonna say. This might not be the best movie of the year. I don't think it won best movie of the year, but I'm going to personally say this is my favorite movie of the year. Yes, you guys heard that right. Say it for you guys again. This is not the best movie of the year, but this is my favorite movie of the year by far. Now I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why. So first thing. I gotta talk about one of my favorite actors of all time. Now, if you guys don't know who that is, man, look. If you guys don't know who my favorite actor is, one of my favorite actors, main actor in this film, Will Smith, aka Richard. The performance he gives off in this film, I think is one of the best performances he gave off. It kind of reminded me of one of my other favorite movies of all time, and that is Pursuit of Happiness. And for it to remind me of Pursuit of Happiness, oh yeah, you getting some points for that. So definitely enjoyed Will Smith's performance. I think he had the best he's the best performance. Every scene he's in, he takes it over. I'm not gonna lie. There's not certain points, but the whole entire movie he has this accent, right? And because the real Richard in real life ends up having the same exact accent. And it might throw you off just a little bit, but honestly, after a while, you'll get used to it, and at the same time, you'll laugh at his accent because there's certain stuff he says with this accent that is actually pretty funny. So yeah, and going into that, this movie definitely has, I would say, like great humor. You know, it's surprisingly great humor for it's such like a little bit of a dark story, a little bit. This movie has such great, like, timed humor. The auditorium I was at, the early screening I went to, because I saw this movie Thursday, but I'm posting this Monday. I'm recording it Monday because I want to make sure this is my full thoughts. But the theater I was in, they were laughing throughout the entire film. And I'm like, holy crap, this movie is funny. You know, I caught myself laughing at certain times. So, yes, this movie does a great job at the comedic elements that it puts off. The dialogue, let me run into that really quick. The dialogue, I feel like, is some of the best I've seen this year. I can't even name a movie that I think that has better dialogue than this one. And such impactful dialogue than this one. I'm trying to think of a movie, but I can't think of one this year that has as much impactful dialogue than this movie brings here. You know, this movie does such a great job with the dialogue. Now, another thing I will say about this movie. Now, this movie might scare me all the way. The movie is 2 hours and 24 minutes. That is a long movie, okay? That is a long movie. But I promise you guys, listen to me. I'm not going to lie to you guys about nothing. It's crazy. I never felt the runtime of this movie. I never felt the runtime of this movie at all. I promise you. Like, the movie started at 7. And we ended up getting out at like 7:30 or 9:30 or something like that. And I was like, holy crap, that was 2 hours? You do not feel the runtime. At least I personally didn't feel it. The movie felt like an hour and 45 to me. Maybe. But that's just how well the pacing of the film was. That was how well the movie actually drugged me into it. Like, I felt like I was really there watching this whole entire story take fold. And that's a count to Will Smith. That's a count to all the great actors you have here. Will Smith, man, I don't know if I said it before, but I literally forgot that he was I forgot he was acting. I forgot it, you know what I'm saying? I forgot that it was him at certain instances. I was like, oh crap, that is Will Smith. Like I said, he puts on his accent and all this other stuff. And like, I completely, like I said, I forgot that it was him half the time throughout the movie. Another thing I want to talk about, y'all. Let me show y'all something. So, I'll talk about that in a little bit. I know that Will Smith is the main character here that we see here, but I gotta talk about all the other great performances you'll see in this film, and that goes And I'm gonna go through like one by one really quickly. But Venus and Serena, played by I think her name is Demi and Semia. I think that's their names. They did such a great job. Now I know this is like a Serena and Venus story at the same time, but they're not the forefront like King Richard did. This is a King Richard story, y'all. So don't go in there thinking, oh, I'm about to get a whole Venus and Serena story. You get that, but they're kind of in the background a little bit too. But these two young girls, like I said, I think her name is Demi and Cinia. I think that's their names. They did such a great job with the material that they were given. You know what I'm saying? There's never once point where I felt like, wow, what the heck are they doing? You know, I was like, yes, these two work for this role, and I'm pretty sure Venus and Serena in real life are very proud of these two girls. So, great job with these two girls. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the movie. It's crazy. The movie had me frustrated at certain points in the film. So there are certain points in the film, and this is when you go into the mind of Richard, because early on, and this is what I like to be around people like this. But Richard, early on in the film, he's like, look, these two girls are gonna be special, right? And there are certain points where people offer him deals. Like Nike comes up to him at the end of the movie, offers him. I'll get into this in the ending explain and stuff like that. But Nike offers them a deal at the end of the movie, which is $2 million, right? And Richard and even the girls are like, no. And even throughout the film, like they're offering deals for like these girls, like, yo, you should have these girls go play pro and stuff like that. And Richard's like, no. And me watching the film, I was getting frustrated. I'm like, bro, why not letting them play? You know what I'm saying? If you think these girls are this cold, why they not playing? But then once the movie goes along, you're like, oh my God, he had a plan for everything. Like, there's a certain point in the movie, I guess it's a little bit of spoilers, but there was this other tennis girl, and they show her on the TV screen when you're watching a movie. And they're like, yo, I forgot what happened because I seen the movie a couple days ago, but then she got like, I forgot what it was, but she pretty much was like done with tennis. You know what I'm saying? She got burned out and stuff like that. And Richard was like, yeah, that's exactly why I pulled my girls, because this will not happen to them. So when you're watching the film, you're kind of like, what are you doing? But then like 15 minutes later, you're like, oh, that's what he was on. Okay, I get it. But you know what I'm saying? You can kind of get frustrated a little bit throughout this movie. But I promise it's all worth it towards the end of the film. Especially with the deals. It's like Nike comes up and they're like, yo, we're offering y'all $1 million. And looking at that, you're like, yo, y'all come from a poor background. You know what I'm saying? So $1 million, you take stuff like that. But even Richard's like, no, we're not taking this $1 million deal. And I'm like, wow, bro. I want to meet this guy one day, bro. Now, I want to talk about some other stuff in the film, too. Because I do have a lot to say here. So, when it comes to the second half of the film, it's... The first half, I would say, it's primarily Richard's story. You know what I'm saying? You see the girls there playing tennis matches and stuff like that, but it's not really their story. But when you get and you shift into the second half of the movie, I think the girls kind of come more to the front of the film. Now, not just the girl, but I think more of Venus, because like the last match is when Venus plays the number one girl in the world. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the second half of the film, whenever the two girls pretty much get shifted up to the front, man, they took over. Man, I thoroughly enjoyed. Like I said, I really thoroughly enjoyed both of their performances in the film. I think they both did such a great job, especially when the direction of the film is asking them to do so much more than maybe they might have done in the first part. I think they did such a great job with that. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the reason why I like movies like this is because these movies are very motivational. So with this film, and why I say it's my favorite movie of the year, is because there is a strong message behind this movie, and the message is is to never give up, no matter like what the obstacles is, who's in front of you, even when no one is believing in you. You never give up and stuff like that. So this movie showcasing that message and continuing to pound that message into your head throughout the movie. Oh my God, and it's crazy because whenever I'm a father, or whenever I become a father, And I've always wanted to envision how I would become a father and how I would treat my kids and stuff like that. And I remember watching the film and I'm like, man, I don't want to fully be like this, but I want to be kind of like around what Richard is. You know, have my kids have a passion and completely go for it and be like, look, these kids are going to be special and actually making it happen for them, you know, and always being in my kids' life. So yeah, I definitely took some pointers out of that movie when I was done seeing. I was like, yes, I definitely like, oh yeah. But now I want to talk about the director of the film. I think it's Ronaldo Marcus Green. I think I say his name. Man, the way he shot some shots and how he like told the story a little bit, he does such a great job in this film too. So I gotta give it to Ronaldo. Great job. I think say his name. I think I say his name. But he did such a great job in this film. Now I don't want to make this review too much longer because I know it's already a little bit long. But like the big thing I want to say about this movie is by far like I think this movie thrived on how well it pulls you into the story. I especially like there's certain instances like right here. Well, Richard is getting beat up for something he believes in, and these bullies come and they're harassing these girls and stuff like that. And how they showcase that. Oh my God, this movie is so good. I can't wait to see this again. Honestly, I can't wait to see this again. But another thing I want to say is I want to talk about the ending of the movie just really quick before I give my rating. So this is gonna be kind of spoilers just a little bit. But the ending of the film is pretty much. Oh, this is one thing I did not know. I did not know because if you guys know in real life, like Serena is pretty much the big one, right? I mean, they're both big, but Serena is like top tennis player in the world and stuff like that. But I was so glad to know, like, growing up, no, it was Venus was the one I was popping. You know, Venus was the one getting all those big matches. You know, Serena had to go like behind everybody's backs to get her matches. You know, so I'm definitely it taught me some things I didn't know about them. So yeah, I'm really glad I drove 45 minutes to watch this movie. I'm really glad I did that. Now I want to talk about the ending of the movie just really quick. So it's just spoilers, but the ending of this movie is pretty much that Venus has to go against the number one girl in the world, and that she's winning at a certain point. And when she's winning, this girl, I didn't know you can even do this, but you can go take potty breaks. I did not know that. So you gotta go take a potty break. She comes back out and she ends up beating Venus at the end. And after that, they have a little bit of a talk, and then Venus and Serena go outside, and then they end up signing autographs, and then they showcase that, they ended up getting signed to a $15 million deal later and stuff like that. Now, what I will say with this is that with that ending is like I feel like they could have added more there. Like I know the movie's already 2 hours and something minutes, but I think they could have added like 10 more minutes to this movie. You know, they could have show us some more stuff past this point. Oh shoot, past her last match. Show us a little bit more past that point. You know, show us her signing that check. You know, that's just what I wanted. But that's personally me nitpicking. But yeah, also it's like a $2 million at the end of the movie that Nike offers her, and they still say no, which had me frustrated. But then at the same time, you're like, okay, it's for a bigger purpose. But everybody's performance you see in this film, especially Will Smith, takes it over. They want to be there. They cared about their performance. And I'm pretty sure they made Serena, Venus, and Richard very, very proud throughout this film. So, yes, I'm giving this movie a 9.5 out of 10. By far, my favorite movie of the year. I will be going to see this again, probably in theaters because I want to see it again in theaters. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Now I want to make sure there's nothing I'm missing here. There is a couple of times, and I think they didn't touch on it too much, but it's a couple of times in the film where they are talking about police brutality, and they're like, yes, they finally got it on tape and stuff like that. So I wish they would have gone just a little bit, I would say, deeper into that. You know, that they would go deeper into like the police brutality and that police aspect of the movie too. But they just kind of hint at it here and there. So, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, y'all first time following my channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, the video. If you guys seen the movie, tell me your thoughts on it down below. But hey, with saying that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Y'all already know. Oh, really quick. If you guys are wondering why I'm talking like this, because my tongue's all jacked up right now. I don't know what's going on, but hey, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.